And thank you for joining us here at Show Low High School. We're at Cougar Stadium for the Show Low Ford presentation of high school football. I'm Derek Palmer sitting in for Camden Smith with Punt Cooley. As there's a helicopter on field, means we're getting close. Punt, because we've got two teams here that are 3-4. The Yellowjackets, the Cougars coming in at 2-4. How'd they get to this point?
Well, you know, both teams struggling this year. You know, as this is a tradition up here between these two teams, one of the big rivalries, certainly in high school football, especially small school, high school football. Every time we have this football game each year, they bring in the mascots. You can see the Show Low Cougar there joining the Show Low cheerleaders. Not sure what the Blue Ridge mascot is, but regardless, you know, this is a big rivalry. But as you had mentioned, both schools, Show Low with the 2-4 record, their 2 wins this year so far. American Leadership Academy Ironwood, one of their victories. That was their 4th football game of the season. And then also defeating Winslow on the 6th game of the season, 35-18. And then, of course, losses against Round Valley, Mingus, Thatcher, and Safford in that succession. Earlier in the season, Blue Ridge, meanwhile, coming in with a 3-4 record, winning their first game against Winslow, but then losing against Alchesay St. John's, coming back with a victory against Florence at Blue Ridge, losing to Sabino, winning against Ganado, and then a big loss against Snowflake last week, a tightly contested football game, but nevertheless, Blue Ridge coming away with a heartbreaking loss in that football game. But forget the records, you know, Blue Ridge 3-4, Show Low 2-4. It don't matter, folks, because when these two football teams match up, it's all about pride. You know, these teams are however many miles away, and these kids grow up together. They knew each other really well. Their families are close, and this is a better. They could all be 0-5 or 0-6 coming into tonight, and it wouldn't matter because it's going to be a tight football game. These kids look forward to this game every year.
We're going to send it down to Ron for the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. With a fully staffed emergency department and advanced diagnostics department and outstanding orthopedic and physical therapy teams, Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get back in the game. What you got, Ron?
As healthy as you're going to be at this point in the season. And so for the Yellowjackets, they're all healthy, ready to go. Did get a chance to catch up with Coach Monty Maxwell of the Show Low Cougars, and he says they're all healthy and they're +1 tonight because Jacob Yeager, number 83, who was out with a broken collarbone for most of the season here, is back. He thinks he's one of the fastest players in the conference, and so it's going to be interesting to see what kind of contribution number 83 Jacob Yeager makes tonight for the Cougars.
All right, thanks, Ron. Blue Ridge here at Show Low getting ready for this big rivalry matchup. Punt, tell us about some of these key players.
Well, let's start with the visiting Blue Ridge Yellowjackets, who are coming in again with a 3-4 overall record. They're led by actually their sophomore quarterback, PJ London. He comes in tonight, 6'1", 195-pound sophomore. He's 65 of 103 passing this year, just over 950 yards, and that's averaging out to about 136 yards a game. So we'll see how much Blue Ridge actually does rely on their passing game tonight. Also, Chase Esparza, their leading rusher. Blue Ridge, of course, known for their rushing game. That's what they prefer. 142 carries for a total of 841 yards, and leading all players with 8 touchdowns for the Yellowjackets. And then the big receiver that P.J. London looks for, Corey Enfield, wide receiver, senior, 26 receptions for 433 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Jackets. You know, he's definitely the go-to guy in the passing game. And then defensively, anchored by one of their linemen, David Hernandez, number 57, 13 solo tackles, total of 65. That puts him number 2 behind their leading tackler, the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets. and that's McCullough, Tanner McCullough, the senior linebacker, number 80, 6 foot, 180-pounder. He leads all defensive men with a 73 total tackles coming into tonight's football game. And then when we look at the home team, Show Low Cougars, number 8, Colton McGinnis, their junior quarterback. He's 85 for 148, 1,200 yards, almost double the production passing-wise from what we saw with P.J. Lungin, 57% completion rate, and they're averaging about 200 yards a game through the arm of McGinnis. James Turner, their lead running back, he's a senior as well, 67 carries for 351 yards, averaging just under 60 yards a game with 8 touchdowns. Something that a little surprising for this Show Low football team. We always know they prefer to pass, but not much rush production so far through James Turner, the senior running back, still leading the team though. And then, of course, number 1, Keegan Clark, their wide receiver, junior, 40 receptions, 680 yards so far this season for 113-yard average per game and 6 touchdowns. So those are going to be the key players for tonight's game between these two bitter rivals.
All right, those keys to the game brought to you by Ace Hardware. Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car, just need a key replaced any hour of the day or night, any night of the week. Call Ace Hardware, your helpful place with 3 locations in Pine Top, Overguard, and Show Low. The Cougars are on the field. We're still waiting for the Yellowjackets to emerge as we are getting you ready for it here at Cougar Stadium. We'll step away here as this is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Yellowjackets and Cougars are getting ready to get it going. Blue Ridge coming in 3-4, 1-1 in region. Show Low 2-4 and also 1-1. You talked about how the Yellowjackets are coming off of a really tight one against Snowflake. Even though they lost that thing by a touchdown, should that not have them a little bit of a reason for optimism coming in?
For sure. You know, that it was a tightly played game. I mean, it came down literally to the last play of the football game with an interception that ended up killing a Blue Ridge drive. But I think one of the big keys for Blue Ridge tonight, they relied a lot last week in that football game against Snowflake on a lot of big plays that created scores for them. They're going to have to be, I think, a little bit more consistent with their running game, which they rely heavily upon. And we can see from the Show Low stats coming into tonight, they rely pretty heavily on their passing game, which is nothing unique for the Show Low football team. So, of course, Show Low's going to rely pretty heavily, I think, on their line play in terms of protecting that quarterback and giving him time to pass, as well as opening up gaps where they can when they do decide to run against a pretty tight Blue Ridge defense. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out tonight.
Both teams now meeting out at
Gentlemen,
midfield,
shake hands.
as we'll send it down to our referee for the toss.
Okay, captains, help us out with sportsmanship tonight, all right? Blue Ridge, you're the visitors. That's heads, that's tails. What's your call?
Heads.
He called heads. It is heads, you win the toss.
Defer.
Blue Ridge has won the toss, they will defer. You want the ball? Which goal do you want to defend? Defend the board? Okay, Sholo around here with me, Blue Ridge over there.
All right, there you have it.
Sholo will receive in the first half. Shake hands again, gentlemen. Let's have a great game.
Blue Ridge wins the toss, elects to defer to the second half, so Sholo is going to receive the kick. As this storied rivalry ready to get underway.
So both teams migrating into their respective piles here. Blue Ridge, of course, consistently known for gathering their team up in the end zone. Sholo ready at half at the 50-yard line. They're going to bring out their receiving team. You know, the crowd tonight, not what we're used to seeing for this big rivalry game, and I think it's indicative, of course, of the record that these two teams have, have produced not just this year, but these two high schools have struggled a little bit through the last couple of years in terms of, living up, I think, certainly to their reputations. This used to be, back in the day, one of the big rivalries in all of Arizona. But two well-coached teams, and we'll just see, I think, who gets off to a good, quick start usually has a good indication of how things certainly will go for the rest of the game as well.
Our Cougars are on the field. They're ready to go. They're wearing green hats, green tops, green pants. Blue Ridge now joining them with yellow hats, white tops, and purple pants. As back to receive this for the Cougars. Here on the near side is James Turner. And waiting to put the boot into it is Tanner McCullough.
Looks like Keegan Clark back deep, as well as I think that's number 2. It's hard to see the number from up here.
Oh, it might be number 2.
Aaron Villalaba.
Villalaba is close to us. So it's teed up. They're ready to go here on the 40. Blue Ridge trying to get its record back up to 500. As McCullough puts it one, it's a little bit of a short. It's going to be fielded on the approach by Clark as he runs into some traffic around the 30 and is finally brought down at the 35-yard line. Pretty good field position here to start it off for the Cougars.
That's number 65 for Blue Ridge, along with, if he can turn his number here, that's number 15, I believe, also for the Yellowjackets, Damon Mitchell. So Sholo will start their first possession at the 35. Good field position for them.
And coming out to direct for the Cougars is Colton McGinnis. Connects on 57% of his throws, goes for about 200 yards a game. Is connected for 11 touchdowns, but thrown 10 interceptions. As right now the umpire is standing over the ball and has not yet allowed for the play to continue, is now working from the shotgun in a pistol formation with 3 receivers to his right. Now moving in that direction, trying to go out into the flat where the pass is connected to Cal Fawcett, but it's for a very short gain. Just 1 yard on the play.
That's just a quick out route to the flat, as you say. Just a timing route to try to get a few yards, actually ending up with just about a 1, maybe 2 yard gain. Good tackle by Tanner McCullough coming over from his linebacker position.
No score here in the first possession of the ball game. This time 3 receivers going out to the left, single man on the right. The snap is fumbled, but now picking it up off the deck and going deep over the top. Can't connect, as that pass was intended
for number 83 for Sholo. Yeager, he's the one that we talked about with the speed. He was able to beat Kisei down the sideline. Zeke Kisei just not able to keep up with him.
So that's going to make it 3rd down and long. A 3rd down and 9 situation here on the initial possession for the Cougars. And this time the snap is going to get by McGinnis, and he's going to be brought down well back at the line of scrimmage all the way at the 20.
That's Chase Esparza from his outside linebacker's position on the wide side. Seeing that bad snap, he just hustles in and able to tackle the quarterback, McGinnis, for a huge loss for Sholo. So it'll be 4th and 25 here, it looks like, 4th and 20-some.
That was a 16-yard loss on the 2nd consecutive poor snap. Now back to receive this punt, standing right around midfield.
That's infield.
Well, it might have been blocked.
Jackets.
As it's going to roll after a favorable bounce for the Cougars down to the Sholo 47-yard line.
Here's a replay. You can't really tell. It does have a funky spiral, coming off the foot. But regardless, outstanding starting field position here for the Jackets on their first possession.
That'll bring out P.J. London, senior signal caller for the Yellowjackets. He's good for 63%. Oh, sophomore signal caller. Almost 1,000 yards on the year. 7 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions. He's also working from the shotgun. Has Esparza standing on his left. Correction, he's under center. There we go. I'm caught up. As a man comes in motion behind the line of scrimmage, handoff is going toward Esparza as he's met in the backfield. He's brought down, maybe fights his way forward for a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, that's just great defensive line play. Number 54 for Sholo doing a great job. Jack Baird stuffing the gaps up front, along with a couple of his defensive linemen in support and linebackers following up. Just not much room at all on that first run attempt by Blue Ridge.
No score after Blue Ridge forced a 3-and-out. 10 minutes and 12 seconds to play here in the first quarter. As London's again back under center. This time Esparza trying the right side of the line. A little bit more room as he weasels his way over the 45. Brought down at the 43. And it sets up an intermediate 3rd down play.
Trenton Beeler, number 44, defensive linebacker for Sholo on that outside. Just sliding down the line of scrimmage to finally catch up with Esparza. But as you said, much better hole that time for Esparza. Big gap for him to run through. So it'll be about 3rd with about 5 yards to go here for the Jackets.
A couple of receivers on either side of the line. They're bunched up close. Man in motion coming to the near side is Hoffmeyer. As instead the pitch is going to go to the left end. Esparza is looking for a block as he is hemmed in there at the edge. No gain on that play, and a couple of 3-and-outs. It looks like this is setting up to be an early defensive struggle.
Yeah, that whole defensive play there anchored by number 12, Braden Tolbert. The corner on the outside does a great job of setting the outside edge, forcing the runner upfield, and just no room, pushing the runner back into the defensive flow. Sholo doing a great job on that play, just holding it to no gain. So Blue Ridge will bring their punt team out. P.J. London will be kicking. Not sure who's dropping back. It looks like Clark dropping back for Sholo.
Punt's going well away from him, then takes a great bounce inside the 20, and will roll dead. Putting that around the 10. So the Yellowjackets winning the field position battle here in the early going, and that's in large part because of the snapping difficulty that Colton McGinnis was having with his center.
Yeah, and 2 successive plays. The first not so bad as that second. That second snap was way low, forcing McGinnis to have to run deep back into the backfield before Blue Ridge tackled him. But regardless, Sholo will be pinned back to about their 9 to start this drive, their second drive for the game.
Still working from the shotgun. McGinnis has 4 receivers, 2 on either side, 1 man in the backfield. Now a receiver coming in motion to the left is going to get the handoff, looking to try to start the sweep. Now cutting back to his left. Because I couldn't see who was that Hoffmeyer.
That's Clark on the carry for Sholo on that counter play, or on that, that speed sweep play to the right side. You can see the replay here. And we'll see Hoffmeyer come up along with Enfield. Enfield doesn't make the tackle, but a great open field tackle there by Dom Hoffmeyer to really just hold Sholo to about a 1-yard gain on that carry.
Well, they're announcing that one 2nd and 10. I don't know if he got much, as the Cougars really having a hard time getting anything going forward. Clark again coming in motion to the left, as this time they fake the give to him, now dropping back into the end zone. As McGinnis now scrambling back out toward the 5, but he's going to be brought down again well short of the line of scrimmage.
Well, the tackle's made by McCulloch, the linebacker. He sees McGinnis leave the pocket up the middle, so McCulloch doing a smart thing and just rushing in quickly to make the tackle. But a lot of pressure put on earlier, and I couldn't pick up the number for Blue Ridge, but good line rush. Might have been Dimitri Muncy, number 63, from that right defensive end position.
And now in a passing situation, the Cougars haven't looked like they've been willing to here this close to the end zone. Another bad snap, and it's rolling free in the end zone, and he's tackled as McGinnis. The question now, is that a fumble recovery or just a sack?
They're going to call it a safety. Just major mistakes here by the Cougars with just the exchange between center and quarterback in that shotgun. Sholo actually very, very, very fortunate to be able to pick that up in the end zone and just allow Blue Ridge with 2 points. There were at least 2 Blue Ridge players close to that fumbled snap.
So I think the big question right now is, are you recognizing something going on with Blue Ridge's front that is inspiring a lot of these snap issues?
I don't think so. I mean, credit Blue Ridge. They're getting pressure in the backfield, but when you can't even start an exchange between the center and the quarterback, that is not a good place to start.
So Blue Ridge gets on the board first, 2-0 with 7 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Neither side has been able to get a first down, but the Yellowjackets all right with that because they got some points.
Heck yeah. And, we talked about the quick start. Blue Ridge so far definitely with the momentum, with the struggles that Sholo's offense has been showing. So Blue Ridge Sholo will set up here. Looks like they're going to punt the ball as opposed to kicking it from their 20. Corey Enfield deep for the Jackets to receive the kick.
Keegan Clark will be doing the kicking for the Cougars as he winds up and sends this toward the 40-yard line that's had by Enfield as he crosses midfield and again runs into traffic but hauls a couple of tacklers down to the 45. And it'll be, again, excellent field position for the Yellowjackets to start their second possession. Second time they've begun in Sholo territory.
And that is the 45 of Sholo. Actually, the 40, I think they're going to mark it at the 46, close to the 47. But regardless, as you say, outstanding field position for the Jackets on both of their first 2 possessions.
It was the Chase Esparza show on the initial possession for the Yellowjackets. He's in an offset eye deep. A couple of receivers also as the handoff will go to Esparza. He tries that left side and is able to stumble forward over the 45 and be marked down at the 43. Give him 4 yards.
And again, just good line surge on that left side by Blue Ridge. Not a huge gain, but enough to knock off about a 3-yard gain. Esparza basically just following in behind the belt loop of those big linemen up front. And they're not really big linemen. We just used to calling them big. But good line surge by the Jackets.
Make it a 3-yard gain. Sets up second down and 7. Esparza responsible for all of the plays up to this point. He's again in the deep of an offset eye with now a couple of receivers moving from the left to the right side. Handoff goes to Esparza. This time he tries the right. He's able to again get some strong inertia going toward the end zone. Stumbles at the 40 and rolls down at the 39. Picks up. That'll be a 5-yard gain to make it 3rd and short.
Much more room on that right side for Esparza that time, similar to a similar play in the first possession where he goes off tackle and finally a lot of room. Blue Ridge with a quick count here, trying to beat the Sholo defense to the line of scrimmage.
Went with Esparza. He had 2 blockers in front of him. Didn't have an awful lot of room, and he's marked down right around where the yard marker is.
Yeah, they're going to call it 4th down. So I'm guessing Blue Ridge for sure. They're going to say 4th and about 1. Blue Ridge, I'm sure, will go for it here.
Esparza with 6 carries and 15 yards. Now looking for his 16th and the game's first down as again the Yellowjackets hurry to the line of scrimmage. Same formation. Esparza's deep. They again give him the call as he goes through a big hole at the right side down to the 30 and spun down at the 27.
And again, Blue Ridge, they're not quick to the ball out by averting a huddle. They go to a huddle, but they race to the line of scrimmage quickly and really kind of caught the Sholo defense, I felt, off they just were not set and ready for that play at all. And you can see Chase just blast through the middle there for the first down.
Again with Esparza with 2 blockers in front of him, this time attacking the left. And a short gain. On that last play, he needed 1. He got 7. And he has been fed the football every play here. That's his 8th carry. He's been able to churn forward for 24 yards, just 3 yards a carry, which is well shy of his average, right around 6. But it seems like he's starting to soften the Sholo front a little bit.
Well, Aaron Villalaba for Sholo, number 2, their corner, the one coming up to make that tackle on Esparza on that last play.
2nd down and 8, and this time it's going to be pulled back by London as he goes toward the near sideline. He might have a first down as he is marked not out of bounds. They're keeping the clock moving, but he is, again, right around that yard marker.
Yeah, interesting read option here. Blue Ridge, P.J. London doing a good job of holding. He's reading that outside linebacker. He holds instead of handing off to Esparza and able to get to the sideline. Close enough to the first down where they're going to pull the chains out to make a measure here.
Well, it was 2nd down and 9. They had it on the scoreboard. So we will know whether or not that was a 9-yard carry here shortly as they're stretching it out. Oh, he's got it by half of a length of the football. So 9-yard carry there on that read option. London credited with the first yardage that does not go to Chase Esparza. As now inside the red zone go the Yellowjackets after picking up that Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. Already under center and handing this off to Esparza, who's churning forward down to the 15. He's picked up 4 hard-fought yards, but again, it's starting to look like it's already taking a little bit of toll on the Cougars.
Well, again, you know, it's just that basic dive play up the middle, just straight ahead blocking by the lineman for Blue Ridge, just line surge, trying to push as far as they can get. Esparza finding a little bit of space behind that wedge, enough to, again, grind out about a 3-4 yard gain.
2-0, Blue Ridge leads now at the 15 of the Cougars. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter for this 2nd down and 6 play. Again going with Esparza, again going around that right side. Skips over one tackler and then jumps.
On the carry, I think that was Esparza. Again, as you say, Blue Ridge, you know, kind of running the same routine. You know, the first play off to the left, the second play off to the right. This time it leaves them with about 3rd and 4. But they are at the 12-yard line of Sholo.
3rd down and 4. As London goes under center, and this time Esparza again going to that right side. And he might have just enough. Needed to get past the 10-yard line. Looks like he's well beyond it, actually.
Manuel Aguilar for Sholo. Their corner on the other side actually comes in to make the initial hit on Esparza. You can see him come in here along with a linebacker. Safety's also cleaning up number 12, Braden Tolbert.
1st down and goal, again feeding Esparza as he meets somebody at the line and then dives forward toward the goal line. Looks like he'll be about 1 yard short as he's good for 7 yards on that carry. 2-0 Blue Ridge leading, but now pounding on the door with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Blue Ridge just really keeping it simple here. Just dive plays with that. They're relying on their line play up front just to get enough surge to give room to those running backs. And there they go into the end zone.
Going over that right side, and this time he's in the end zone for the day's first score.
So again, just basic rushing game for Blue Ridge. You can see here on the replay, those big guys up front just really just trying to get position and surge ahead, allowing Esparza enough room to be able to dive in for the first touchdown of the football game.
London will be doing the kicking for the Yellowjackets, who lead now 8-0. As the snap is high, but it's brought down. The kick is up, and it is good. So make it 9-0. Blue Ridge leading here at Show Low in the first quarter with 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to play. This is Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Up to the 35 before tripped up at the 40 is Keegan Clark. And Show Low, much as it had begun the ball game, will have some excellent field position, but has not yet been able to do an awful lot with it, as the largest yard chunks for the Cougars have gone backwards. McGinnis now credited with negative 26 yards, and all of that is because of troubles with the snap.
Exactly. You can see here on the kickoff, Clark actually doing a great job being patient, lining up his blockers, but a good open field tackle by Zeke Kisei to bring him down. Show Low starting, as you say, at their 37.
Timeout, Blue Ridge, first of the half.
Well, let's step away here with them, as it is 9-0 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first quarter on the Show Low Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Hudson's Furniture has quality furniture at affordable prices. With their newly expanded showroom, they offer furniture for every room in your home, including best home furnishings, featuring solid wood construction and a lifetime warranty. And customized orders are available to fit your individual size, color, and style. Plus, get guaranteed credit approval with 0 interest and 0 down. For the best prices on quality furniture, visit Hudson's Furniture, across from Walmart in Taylor.
Well, Blue Ridge using its first time out here in the first half. What do you think they were talking about?
Not sure. Maybe just making sure that no big plays, not allowing any space for big plays here by the Cougars.
McGinnis is going to come out with the option as he pitches it to his right, trying to avoid some tacklers near the backfield is James Turner.
Yeah, Zeke Kisei doing a great job coming up to make that tackle. And actually, he was being blocked by Cal Fawcett on that play, but credit Kisei for just ripping through that block and able to submarine the runner before he could really cross the line of scrimmage. Maybe about a 1, maybe 2 yard game, but excellent defensive play in the open field by the Jackets on that play.
2nd down and 8 now as McGinnis in a passing situation is 1 for 2 with 1 yard and another trouble with the snap, but this time a fortuitous bounce goes right into Turner's chest as he is able to fight forward toward midfield and is very close to a first down, but sometimes it's better to be
lucky.
lucky.
There's a little lollipop popping up back in the backfield, but credit Turner, gets his hands on it and just surges ahead for a nice gain, actually. Ends up getting tackled by one of the D linemen for Blue Ridge, but not after that good gain to get the first down.
Well, Turner had been overlooked the first 2 possessions. He's responsible for all 9 yards in this drive, but on 3rd and short, instead McGinnis is going to start moving to his left, and he's got a connection, and a flag comes out as if this is nothing to do with Show Low, a first down could be had as Cal Fawcett is able to get 11 yards on the catch, but hold the phone. There was a block in the back, so it's coming on back.
Yeah, tough break there for Show Low. Great play calling there. They beat the outside linebacker to the outside with that back floating out to the flat on that pass. As you say, Fawcett with the cornerback for Blue Ridge being occupied.
Illegal block, hands to the head. Number 71 offense, 10 yards from the previous spot. First down.
Well, there you go. All you need to know on that.
But Sholo right now providing indications here that it can get some positive yardage.
Yep.
A first down followed by what would have been an 11-yard completion. So a little bit to feel good about, though behind the chains now at 1st and 20 as McGinnis has this snap. Again surveying toward his left, moves up in the pocket, and now hits a man right in the hands. That bounces off of Keegan Clark.
Yeah, that's Clark. He's open. As you say, that ball hits him right in the hands. The defender, McCulloch, right behind him, but I think Clark may have been thinking about what move he was going to make after the catch before he actually grabbed that pass. Can't fault the pass from McGinnis, though. That was right there.
9-0. The Cougars are trailing. Less than a minute to go here in the first quarter, and now already at the line of scrimmage for 2nd down and 20. Trips moving out to the left and single man on the right side is Yeager. Looking toward him as they're going to throw that one up and hang it up and nearly intercepted as it goes through the defender's hands. That was Zeke Kisei who had nearly picked that off.
Well, the intended receiver, Yeager, Jacob Yeager, again, they're trying to get him to beat. I think that's similar to the play we saw earlier where Yeager actually was able to beat Kisei down the sideline, but this time Kisei with him every step, and as you say, able to actually get a better shot at that pass. Got both hands on it, just couldn't pull it down for the interception.
So 3rd and 20. The Cougars have had some success with Turner as they again come out with, this time 2 receivers split wide on the left. Fake the give to Turner. Now trying to set up the screen, but there's nothing doing there as Blue Ridge was bringing all sorts of pressure and even sniffing out the pass that was going again toward Turner.
Well, Blue Ridge does blitz McCulloch, but great rush up front by Hernandez up the middle as well. You can see him actually hit the quarterback on the replay, but also credit Hoffmeyer, number 2, from his linebacker position. He read that screen right away and was able to get out. Even though the pass was not completed, he was in the exact right spot to make the play.
Clark gets the punt away. It's dropped now by Enfield as he picks it up at his own 30. Starts moving to the far sideline, picks up a huge block. He's at the 40. Along that far sideline now, he's over midfield before he's pushed out of bounds.
Well, a little bit of a deep wall set up by Blue Ridge allows Enfield to get out to the sideline on the Blue Ridge sideline side of the field. For those of you watching replay, you can see here where that drop actually kind of benefited him and allowed his blockers to line up. You can see a big block come in right here. Takes out 2 defenders.
It was a little bit close to that back shoulder. But in any event, no flag is thrown. Blue Ridge starts for the 3rd time in Sholo field position, as it's a 9-0 Yellow Jacket advantage with 35 seconds left. Chase Esparza has gone 13 carries for 44 yards and a score. But now
I think they're going to call timeout. Blue Ridge.
Timeout. Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge uses its second timeout. As it looked like there's a little bit of confusion coming out of the huddle. So leading 9-0 with 35 seconds left in the first quarter. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Blue Ridge leads 9-0, now having used its second timeout here in the first quarter. As it looked like the Yellow Jackets were trying to shake it up a little bit. They'd been feeding Esparza, lining up behind the quarterback, but this time moved him off to the left of the line and might have inspired a little bit of confusion. But now he's back in a more familiar place with 3 receivers moving to the left of London as he's under center and feeding Esparza, who again tries that right side, but this time a good surge there from the Sholo defensive front. Meets him in the backfield, but Esparza is still able to move forward and pick up a few.
Yeah, that is good defensive stand there by Sholo. Meeting, as you say, meeting Esparza right at the line of scrimmage, one of the defensive linemen. number 51, I believe, for Sholo, Ridge Lee, followed up by one of the linebackers for the Cougars, Trenton Beeler, to combine on that tackle.
I think the Yellowjackets now content to allow the clock to run out. Indeed they do. 1 quarter is in the books. The Yellowjackets get a safety to start the scoring and then come back on the ensuing possession and punch in a Hudson's Furniture touchdown to get this 9-0 lead here going into the second quarter on Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Second and 7 here to start the second quarter. Sholo leads 9-0. Esparza with 47 yards in the first quarter on 14 carries lines up back, but instead London is trying to connect on a timing route, looking for Hoffmeyer, and I think it was well defended there.
Number 12, Braden Tolbert, the linebacker. He was in step with Hoffmeyer, as you say. If you want to talk about a really small window, that was like almost a negative window with Tolbert's coverage on that play.
That was London's first pass attempt. So here come the Yellowjackets now facing a 3rd and 7. Pistol formation with London using the shotgun. 2 receivers moving to the left as he's again going to drop back, again looking to his left, this time leaving it up into double coverage where it's going to be picked off. Taken away at the 15-yard line, and a convoy in front of the intercepting party, as that is in fact Cal Fawcett, who goes over midfield, and now some flags coming in, as I don't know if Blue Ridge.
But you can see on the replay here, Fawcett in perfect position, reading it the whole way. He's just playing safety as a safety and just fills that gap to get in to the high point and make the interception. Good blocking downfield. Hoffmeyer ends up tackling him for Blue Ridge.
I think they might get London for a little extracurricular.
Yeah, I think that flag that we saw is going to be unsportsmanlike or a push. Well, we'll hear it here.
Oh, no. What do I? Oh, yeah. Oh.
Interesting.
Huh.
So that penalty will go against Sholo.
So we got an illegal block on the Cougars and then a personal foul also against Sholo.
Let's see if we can, we'll show the replay again on the interception.
So both flags are around midfield.
And they're both against Sholo. So it must have something to do with the blocking here at the point of attack.
Well, there's the block in the back on the 40. I'm not sure if that's the one that they call. I'm not sure, because it looks like London there puts a shoulder.
Well, regardless, they're going to assess the penalty here. We're going to hear the ref.
So the return went into
during the return, block in the back on the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. After the play, personal foul, late hit on the defense. It's 15 yards from the succeeding spot. First down, Sholo.
It would have been first down for the Cougars in Blue Ridge territory, but they have it marked off now to the 35. It was 10 yards from the spot for the block in the back. Well, I'm not sure how we wound up on the 35.
The block in the back was against Sholo. I think he got his signals confused there. and then the late hit was against Blue Ridge.
Oh, okay, so that does.
His hand signals were going the wrong way, and his offense and defense was reversed.
All right, so now the Cougars again with pretty good field position. Not as good as it could have been, but still 1st and 10 after forcing the first turnover on their own 35. Got a first down on their last possession. They trail 9-0 with 11:44 to go in the half. In motion goes Clark, but before he can get the ball, flags come out, and seems to be something in the neighborhood of procedure.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
It is something in the neighborhood of procedure.
So again, Sholo struggling offensively, just, whether it's penalties or bad snaps, that's just really killing their offense, at least so far in their first few possessions here in the first half.
Got McGinnis now again going from the shotgun. He is 1 for 5 for 1 yard. This time fake the handoff to Clark, who was in motion, and instead go to Turner. He was their biggest offensive weapon on their previous possession, but this time he is stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
That's just a good job by that defensive front for the Jackets. Doing a great job of just standing up at the point of attack, filling gaps. Tanner McCullough as well from his middle linebacker position coming up to just completely stuff that run play for no gain.
Third carry for Turner. He has 9 yards. 2nd down and 15 now, because the Cougars are again working behind the chains. First time it was because of some snaps, but the last 2 possessions it's been because of some penalties. As McGinnis a little bit antsy as he's waiting for that one. His internal clock was not failing him, as it looks like this is going to be a delay of game.
Let me get another penalty.
False start.
Nope.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
So another procedure flag.
Yeah, that's just tough for the Cougars. Going backwards offensively on this possession for sure.
This is going to inspire a timeout off of Sholo's sideline.
First timeout of the half.
Cougars facing a 2nd and 20 with 11 minutes to play in the second quarter. They're trailing Blue Ridge 9-0 as this is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Well, for the second time in as many possessions, the Cougars facing a 2nd and 20. Trailing 9-0, 11 minutes even to go here in the second quarter. As McGinnis in another passing situation, but he's only connected once on his 5 attempts. Working from the shotgun, he's got Turner behind him, dropping back short, looking to the right side. This time has a man coming over the flat. Caught as Villalba is able to step out of a tackle at the 40 and then accelerate all the way to the 50.
It's a great play by Villalba, catching that pass. He's just doing an in route deep enough behind the backers, but in front of the safeties. You can see just a great connection here. Finding him open, beats the corner to the middle. And, the run after the catch, very impressive as well. That's by far the biggest gain for the Cougars tonight.
Second Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down for the Cougars into Blue Ridge territory for the first time. Is again going with the passing, is this time connecting on the near sideline to Clark as he steps out of bounds at the 39-yard line, but is going to be very close to another first down.
Another good catch by Clark and putting the move on Kisei to beat him to the inside, but they will say he stepped out of bounds. Otherwise, it looked like he may have had another at least 10 yards after the catch.
McGinnis starting to look a little bit more comfortable in the pocket. He's trailing 9-0. Still a lot of time here in the half, 10 minutes and 34 seconds. He's been able to connect now on his last 2 throws and facing now a first down with another man coming in motion. Moving to the right side, and just before the rush gets to him, he's able to again find Villalba as he again spins into traffic, but the ball is punched free. I think he fell on it at the 20, though.
He did. Villalba is able to pick up his own fumble. Not sure. We'll see on the replay here if someone from Blue Ridge looked like they came in from behind him to swat it free, or if he just lost it by, yeah, you can see a little bit of contact there, but I think he just lost it, but fortunately able to fall back on it.
Second big bounce that the Cougars are able to pick up here in this second possession where they were fortuitous, but now a first down and 10, 9-0, but moving the football as this time it's going to be Kisei moving to the left, and he dives down to the 15 and picks up a solid 5 yards on his first carry of the ball game.
That's actually Cal Fawcett, 24
oh, there we go.
For Sholo. And again, good kind of a little counter play with the motion. Fawcett going in motion, they hand off to him, and he makes a big cut to gain that, to get those 5 yards on that carry.
Fawcett had the interception to give Sholo the ball back. Now into the red zone are the Cougars, 2nd and 5. As Fawcett again coming in motion, but instead going to give this one to Turner, who is going untouched all the way into the end zone for the Sholo Cougars' first score.
Yeah, that's just great play by Sholo. Caught Blue Ridge's defense completely flat-footed, as you say. Turner going untouched into the end zone, literally untouched. Amazing. After seeing their offense stall a little bit earlier with those penalties and bad snaps, Sholo comes back quickly here to put their first points up on the board.
It has been a steadily progressing drip here for the Cougars offense, going only backwards on their first 2 possessions. They're able to get a first down on their previous, but now go 65 yards and punctuate it with that extra. No, it does not cross between the uprights, so it'll be now a 9-6 ball game with 9 minutes and 31 seconds left here in the first half. Blue Ridge still leading, but a little back on their heels now on this, the Sholo Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
And it's a squibber and a collision by 2 Yellowjackets shy of the 35. And Blue Ridge looks like it's lost its rhythm here a little bit there, Punt.
Defensively, they did not look sharp at all on that last possession. Getting a short kickoff here. Tanner McCulloch ends up falling on it at about their 35 to start Blue Ridge's possession. We'll see what Blue Ridge can do here. They've definitely had the advantage in terms of starting field position so far in this first half.
That last possession looked like the Yellowjackets were trying to expand the offensive repertoire, with London going 0 for 2, and instead now going to go right back to the ground game, where here's Hoffmeyer going over the left side, bounces off a couple of tacklers at the 40 and then the 45 before he's forced out of bounds near midfield. That was the bread and butter for the Yellowjackets before the interception.
Yeah, Hoffmeyer doing a good job blocking up front. He's able to get through the first level and second level. Clark ends up pushing him out of bounds here, but great run by Hoffmeyer for Blue Ridge to get that first down.
That's a 24-yard gain for Hoffmeyer on his first carry. As that's a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down for the Yellowjackets right at midfield, leading 9-6, is this time going to hand that one off to Kisei, who was in motion to the left, and he is going to be tracked down and brought down after a very short gain by Braden Tolbert.
That's a great play by Tolbert. It looked like Kisei may have room once he plants that foot to cut upfield, but Tolbert's right there playing in from his inside linebacker position just to track him down and put him down after a short gain of about 1.
8.5 minutes to go here in the first half, and a 2nd and long situation. London was passing in this situation on the previous possession, but this time looking to hand off as it's going to go back to Esparza, attacking to the left and cut down right around the line of scrimmage, maybe even after a short loss. Looks like he lost a yard.
That's Fawcett coming up from a corner position, I believe, to make that cut, as you say. Great open field tackle in the backfield. Actually, he's coming up from a safety position as Fawcett. Number 24, just outstanding play.
So Blue Ridge now in a position where it needs a first down, or else it's going to hand the ball back to this Sholo team that's all of a sudden playing with all kinds of momentum.
Yep, but momentum definitely in the possession of Sholo right now after that big touchdown. Coming up with a good defensive stand here.
London under center. Pitches this one to Esparza, who wants to pass. He's got a man pretty open in the upfield. It's Enfield. Instead, it's going to be again picked off by Fawcett. Cutting back to the near sideline after he tried to go to the right. He's at the 30, the 35 before he's forced out of bounds at the 37, and here comes some more flags.
So a little trickeration by Blue Ridge with the pitch pass. Esparza trying to hit Enfield down the sideline, but he fails to read the safety, Fawcett, who's just doing an outstanding job playing center field there.
So they moved the flag back to the 40. Fawcett was able to run that to the 37. And we got some unhappy Cougars fans in front
During
of us.
the return, block in the back, return, team, 10 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Well, I don't know if you're hearing that, but there's some unhappiness. But the Cougars now turning over the Yellowjackets on 2 straight possessions, have the football on their own 27 with 7 minutes and 24 seconds left. They still trail 9-6. Let's see what McGinnis is going to dial up as he is converted on his last 3 pass attempts. He's going to drop back and look to the near sideline, hang it up for Clark, who's going to nearly haul that in at the 45, but I think that thing was dislodged at the very last moment.
And as you say, that's a
I think that was
really,
Kisei on the defense.
Really well-placed pass exchange between the quarterback and the receiver. He hits the receiver in step, but Kisei with his back turned the whole way, he ends up putting his hands up right at the last minute, and I'm guessing that was enough to just throw the receiver off where he couldn't get his hands on the ball.
2nd down and 10. As the Cougars again with 2 men on the right, but going to bring one of them back to the left and instead hand it off to Turner, who is surrounded in the backfield. Stopped at the 25 for a 2-yard loss.
That's McCullough, number 25 from his linebacker position. Or I'm sorry, number 80, along with number 25 for Blue Ridge. Austin Slaughter coming in for that tackle.
3rd down and 12 now. Last time the Cougars were behind the sticks, McGinnis was able to find Villalba as he's lined up now on the right side of the line. From the shotgun, McGinnis drops back, but he's going to look away to the left. Hauled in there by Clark as he's brought down at the 35-yard line, but 2 yards shy of the first down.
That's Kisei on the coverage. Covering Clark from the very onset. He'll actually track him into the middle. I'm not sure if they were in man coverage, more of a zone coverage, but Kisei will stay with them in his hip pocket and make the tackle, as you say, just a couple of yards short of the first down. So Sholo 4th and 2, maybe 3. They're gonna go for it here at their 35.
This is bold. 6 minutes and 3 seconds left, and it looked like they were just trying to get the Yellowjackets to jump off sides, and Blue Ridge is happy to oblige.
Yeah, that's great play calling by Sholo.
For the snap, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
Interesting that encroachment occurred on the edge.
Yeah, that's something obviously that you would think about normally. Defensively, you don't want to jump off knowing that it's 4th down, but regardless, it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Cougars.
McGinnis now looking as it's hauled in by Clark, but he's got a knee. It'll be good for a 6-yard gain after that Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down. 9-6, Blue Ridge leading. Clock running at 5 minutes and 45 seconds, and the Cougars are again marching.
And again, just a timing route to the outside. Finds Clark. Good low pass to keep it away from the defender playing over the top. But again, Sholo definitely has the momentum here with just over 5 minutes, 5:20 in the second.
McGinnis, who's now 6 of 11 for 67 yards, again comes to this near sideline, again has Clark, and this one now into Blue Ridge territory down at the 40 after that 14-yard connection.
So Sholo definitely relying heavily on their passing game here, and it's executing well for them. They're doing the in routes or the out routes, relying pretty heavily on Clark so far to get those receptions, but it's working.
That Mountain Mobile Auto Glass stops the clock with 5 minutes and 4 seconds to go. Again, now trying to find a man on the right side. That pass hangs up a little bit and allows the defense to rush over there and disrupt the reception.
That was number 12, Braden Tolbert, the intended receiver, one of the taller players out there, a big target. But credit the play of Chase Esparza from the outside linebacker position, closing quickly on that ball and able to hit the receiver just as soon as the ball gets there.
That's just the second incompletion in the last 8 attempts from McGinnis, who's now 7 of 13 for 81 yards. He's facing a 2nd down and 10 with Turner lined up behind him. He's going to get the call, hesitates as he tries to go up the middle, and will fall forward for 1, maybe 2 yards, and set up another 3rd and long.
Dimitri Muncie, the defensive end for Blue Ridge, coming in, closing up inside from his defensive end position on that handoff, doing a good job of coming down for that tackle.
Well, if the Cougars are willing to go for it on their own 35, this seems like they're going to give themselves 2 cracks here to pick up these 8 yards. Now 3rd and 8 as McGinnis looking to the left, looking for Clark, looking in double coverage, but it's hauled in by Clark, caught at the 10, and then brought down at the 6.
Interesting coverage from Blue Ridge. He's able to beat Kisei on that. You can see Kisei actually turn to face the quarterback. His footwork here, he's turning in looking like he might have a shot at the ball, but then realizes that pass is much deeper, and he actually needs to dive to make a touchdown saving tackle.
That Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down is going to make it 1st and goal. Cholo now looking to take its first lead here on the 5-yard line. McGinnis takes the handoff, and
big hit.
I don't know if that was a busted play. It looked like he was trying to start the option, thought he might be able to sneak in, but there were 3 Yellow Jackets there waiting for him as he's brought down for no gain.
David Miller, number 74 for the Jackets, the first to get to McGinnis. Put a pretty good size hit on him as well. I'm not sure if they gained much on that, but and as you say, I'm not sure if that was a broken play or a design play, but McGinnis does have a little bit of room initially, but David Miller doing a good job closing the door quickly for the Jackets defensively.
3 minutes and 34 seconds left here in the second quarter. Blue Ridge has been leading throughout, but Sholo has found its offense on these last 2 possessions. 2nd down and goal, and the whistles are coming out, and I think they took too much time. The Cougars here in the second quarter, if not for these penalties.
Delay a game, offense, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
Yeah.
They've had penalties on turnovers. They've had penalties that negated positive passing plays. They've had penalties with the procedure. Now delay a game.
They were down to the 5-yard line. Now they have to back up to the 10 of Blue Ridge.
McGinnis with the snap, this time moving to his left, looking into the end zone, but the pass is behind his receiver. It looked like that was intended for Clark. And he's probably fortunate he's going to get that one back.
Good coverage by Blue Ridge. Kisei on the coverage on Clark. They're going to the deep corner of the end zone, to the pylon. Actually, kind of the middle of the end zone. But P.J. London coming over from his safety position, he actually had his back turned to the ball as it was released. Looked like it might have deflected off of London, actually. But
Timeout,
regardless,
Sholo.
Sholo will call a timeout here.
Second timeout of the half.
Sholo facing a 3rd and goal from the 10, trailing 9-6 with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to play here in the first half on Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com. Third down and goal here for the Sholo Cougars. McGinnis has found a hot hand. He is connected on 8 of 15 passes now for 114 yards. And do you think that maybe the Cougars are taking a timeout to get 2 plays ready should this one not be successful?
Could be. Could very well be.
McGinnis' favorite target has been Keegan Clark. He has 6 catches for 74 yards. He's lined up with 3 receivers off on the right of the line. Pressure coming from that direction, and I think just bailing out and trying to find maybe Fawcett. But I couldn't see who was there providing pressure.
Well, you know, that was Chase Esparza from the outside linebacker position. I actually think he either deflected or otherwise compromised the throw of McGinnis, because that ball never even really made it to the receiver. But that outside blitz by Chase Esparza on that play made a big difference. Good call by the defensive coaches for Blue Ridge. We'll see if they come with pressure again here.
The Cougars could not connect on an extra point. So now facing 4th and goal from the 10 and are opting to go for it. Turner is in the pistol as they're going to move away from the pressure again from Esparza and looking to try to go into the back of the end zone and trying to find Clark. Instead, that's going to sail high, and Blue Ridge's defense is going to find its resolve here facing a and goal situation and 4 incomplete passes, benefited though by that procedure, or the delay of game is what that penalty was.
Big time. And we talked about, you know, Sholo in many respects kind of shooting themselves in the foot early in the game with really bad snaps that ended up compromising drives and otherwise putting points up on the board for Blue Ridge. And then lately with these penalties, certainly not doing themselves favors.
Tight situation here for the Yellowjackets, who are going to feed Esparza on the 10-yard line. He spins around to the 12, as that is his 16th carry. He has been the workhorse here for Blue Ridge, but on that previous possession, Hoffmeyer, Kisei were able to get a couple of looks, as not a situation that demands a lot of creativity, and they've had an awful lot of success, has Blue Ridge attacking that right side of the line. Look like they're going to shade some blockers going in that direction. Instead, diving right up the middle. Esparza is able to force his way down to the 15 and pick up another 3. Are you surprised that Blue Ridge is working this quickly right now?
Yeah, you know, we have 2:30, roughly 2:25 in the game, or I'm sorry, in the quarter, second quarter. They're going to stick to the run. That time they try to go with a lopsided overset on the left side to try to outman the defense, but credit Sholo doing a good job of stuffing the lanes up front, the gaps up front.
Here's 3rd and 5 with 2 blockers in front of Esparza. Looks like he's met again in the backfield, but still is able to keep his feet going, falls toward that 20 and close to the first down, and after the play was over, a very nonchalant flag comes out, as they are right now looking like they're 2 yards short of the first down, but let's see what this is all about.
Looks like they might. The flag came from the backfield, defensive backfield, or defensive line side. So you can see the referees huddling here to talk about the flag.
Looks like the Cougars are already moving away. So I think this is going to be an illegal use of the hands.
Sholo sideline not pleased at all. You can see the head coach. I don't know if we can get a camera shot of that. He's talking to the referee.
On the defense, 10-yard penalty results in a first down.
The defenders are called for a block in the back?
Yeah, I'm not sure what they mean by that. Well, they say we'll look at a replay here, and the flag comes. I don't know what they're doing. I think it was on McCulloch, and to me that was just incidental, but regardless.
Now Esparza on the first down carry is again spinning through traffic, fighting his way down to the 39-yard line. That third down penalty gave Blue Ridge a badly needed first down, as that's actually going to be a first down carry for Esparza as he's able to get 10. Now 64 yards on 19 carries, and 1 minute and 40 seconds left here in the half. Blue Ridge, which was working so quickly, was now taking its time to get to the line after picking up that Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. Fake the handoff to Esparza. London is a little bit of pressure. It's a connection between the receiver and a defender in the defensive backfield. Has a flag coming out, but this could go on either side.
Yeah, there was definitely contact, but like you said, it could have gone either way. As McCulloch, the intended receiver, and I couldn't see the defender, but you could see they just collided with each other, so I'm not sure if they're going to call offensive interference.
They did.
Okay, there you go.
And it brings out a real Bronx cheer from the Sholo faithful.
Well, Sholo's had a long string of penalties against them, so I'm sure they're relieved to see something finally go the other way.
Now the Cougars still have 2 timeouts.
Pass interference, offense, 15 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Well, it's first down for Blue Ridge, but they've got a ton of yardage here, not just for the first down, but 1:22 left. And as you say, Sholo with timeout, so they could actually, if they hold here, they could put themselves in a position to at least have a crack at another shot at putting points up on the board before halftime.
First and 25 with Blue Ridge leading 9-6. And the handoff will go to Esparza. He's met in the backfield. And the ball comes out, but I think that they're going to suggest he was already down. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. I think you could even hear a whistle before that ball did come squirting out. But regardless, not a big gain by Esparza. Good defense. Number 2 for Sholo, Aaron Villalaba, coming up, doing a good job from his corner position on that play.
Timeout, Sholo.
Sholo will
third
use
and
its
final timeout.
Nope, that's the third timeout for the Cougars. So they stop play with 58 seconds left. They trail 9-6 here on Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Blue Ridge leading Sholo 9-6 with 58 seconds to play here in the half. Sholo can't stop the clock anymore. So this seems as if it's a call for conservatism here by the Yellowjackets. They got Esparza, who has carried the ball 20 times for 67 yards, lined up with a couple of blockers in front of him, and he will get the call, this time shading toward the left of the line. He's spun down closer to that edge and will be brought down after a short 2-yard gain. That sets up. Oh, now it's 3rd and 20. So that was the second down play. So here comes the third down opportunity, and this seems to be likely to be the last play of the half here, as the Yellowjackets have a 3-point lead, but it doesn't feel that way right now.
No, Sholo, I think, definitely has the momentum. Really starting in that entire second quarter. They just kind of got their act together. They got their passing game going. We saw them hit some big pass completions to put their first touchdown up on the board.
Timeout, Blue Ridge. That is their third timeout.
Blue Ridge uses its final timeout with 17 seconds left. They are leading, again, 9-6. And early in the ball game, when it was just feed, chase, Esparza, that offense was really clicking, but as soon as they started to try to involve some of those passing plays, kind of got away from them a little bit. and now the offense stalling a little to a degree.
Well, and 2 big turnovers for Blue Ridge. We saw the deep pass from London trying to hit Enfield. That was picked off by Fawcett. And then that halfback pass by Blue Ridge, that attempt also picked off. So those turnovers played huge for Sholo here in the first half to turn away those 2 drives by Blue Ridge.
All right, now just downing it, get the clock running. The Yellowjackets won't have to snap it again, as it's moving at 5, and that will be the way that the first half ends. Blue Ridge will be receiving the football to start the second half, and after the first quarter was nothing but the Yellowjackets, now they got a little bit to talk about. On the other side of it, Sholo is going into the halftime feeling very confident despite trailing 9-6. So a halftime score of 9-6. We'll tell you more about it right after this on the Sholo Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Hudson's Furniture has quality furniture at affordable prices. With their newly expanded showroom, they offer furniture for every room in your home, including best home furnishings, featuring solid wood construction and a lifetime warranty. And customized orders are available to fit your individual size, color, and style. Plus, get guaranteed credit approval with 0 interest and 0 down. For the best prices on quality furniture, visit Hudson's Furniture, across from Walmart in Taylor.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
It's a Sholo Ford presentation of high school football here at Cougars Stadium on Sholo High School's campus. Blue Ridge right now leading the Cougars 9-6, and the ball game started punt with all sorts of field position that was in play. And interestingly, the scoring begins because of the field position situation Sholo puts themselves in with some bad snaps. The Yellowjackets get on the board first with a safety. Interestingly, that was the last we saw of those snaps. What kind of adjustment do you think that the Cougars made?
You know, I don't know. It's maybe just a matter of getting the quarterback and center together at the sideline and saying, hey, guys, let's get this thing dialed in. But it's certainly obvious in that first couple of possessions for Sholo, early, and it could just be nerves. You never know. But whatever they did, it fixed things out, because kind of the tail of the tape, I guess, in general in the first half. Blue Ridge came out with the momentum. Didn't really overwhelm Sholo necessarily, but was certainly playing more consistent. Sholo, you could see, just not really clicking, but Sholo definitely finished the second quarter with a lot of momentum going into halftime. So it'll be interesting to see how the game starts out here in the second half.
Well, the Yellowjackets get the punt after the safety and wind up scoring their first touchdown, again benefiting from some very good field position. But even more than that, Chase Esparza, who was responsible for almost every play at that point. He had, going into that touchdown, where it was his 13th carry when he was able to punch it in from 1 yard out. Then Blue Ridge kind of goes away from him a little bit there. What do you think was inspiring that?
I don't know. It's we did see Sholo's defense tighten up. Esparza was having a hard time getting those rushes. It's not like he was blowing up the field initially, but he was getting better gains. And Blue Ridge, their coaches, they like to mix it up a little bit. They're not going to just come at you with the run and not be too creative. I mean, P.J. London, he can throw the football. He's only a sophomore, but he has a good arm. And we saw them make that one deep attempt trying to get down the field. His favorite target, of course, Corey Enfield, has been all season. Corey, a really good athlete. He can get to the ball when you throw it up. But credit Sholo's defense. They were in deep cover. And Maxwell in particular just did an outstanding job from his safety position playing center field, and he just read the ball the whole way and was able to pick that pass off. And those turnovers, and we saw 2 of them from Blue Ridge in that first half, those 2 interceptions, both by Maxwell on deep pass attempts, those definitely made a big change in the momentum as well, I think, for Sholo.
It was huge.
Yep.
I mean, prior to that, the Cougars had 1 first down going into that interception for the first one. And after that, they start moving the ball a little bit more. It's not until after the second turnover that they're able to punch it in. But it seemed as if after getting those big defensive stops, the offense started to really find some confidence as well.
Well, and we saw McGinnis get a little bit more confidence. We talked about one of the keys to start the game is what kind of protection the line would give McGinnis, because he does need time sometimes. Now, he's not a deep drop passer where he sets up deep in the pocket and needs a lot of time. He does a lot of quick routes. But still having the ability to have space back there and find his receivers. And, his favorite for sure in that first half was Clark. Clark is quick. He knows how to run good, sharp routes. And those 2, we could see them really get the groove going, and they connected for a series of passes that made a huge difference for Sholo offensively and really, I feel, gave them the momentum to close out this first half.
This is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime conversation. Expecting lots of snow this winter. Be sure to look for discounted season passes at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. As you mentioned, McGinnis doing all sorts of great work with the pass, but it felt also as the Blue Ridge defense had to consider James Turner on the ground. That was when it really started to open up in the air for the Cougars.
Yeah, he's a big kid, and he can run hard. And I'm thinking of their linebacker, but Turner is quick off the ball. He's a downhill runner. He doesn't need a lot of room inside. He has a good way of finding those seams. And if you just give him a little bit of space, he can really cut up. He can cut through linebackers and get to the deep secondary pretty quickly. And we saw him on that only touchdown for Sholo so far was that Turner run. He was untouched going into the end zone. I think he really caught – or the Sholo team. I mean, it's a team effort for sure to get him in there, but they definitely caught the Blue Ridge Yellowjackets flat-footed on that play.
Sunrise Park Resort halftime discussion as Blue Ridge is leading 9-6. As we'll come back here on the Sholo Ford presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com to tell you a little bit more.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
Hudson's Furniture has quality furniture at affordable prices. With their newly expanded showroom, they offer furniture for every room in your home, including best home furnishings, featuring solid wood construction and a lifetime warranty. And customized orders are available to fit your individual size, color, and style. Plus, get guaranteed credit approval with 0 interest and 0 down. For the best prices on quality furniture, visit Hudson's Furniture, across from Walmart in Taylor.
Yellowjackets here at Sholo leading 9-6 at halftime. As we take a look inside these numbers, where Chase Esparza, who's averaging 6 yards a carry on the season, in this first half has carried it 21 times, but for 67 yards, even though he's well under his average per carry on the season, it still feels very efficient and effective.
Well, Blue Ridge is, definitely prefers the running game, and Esparza, of course, is their go-to guy. But, if they're going to make a difference here in the second half, they've got to open something up a little bit better than I think what we saw in that first half.
Keep it on the ground, where Dominic Hoffmeyer also has 1 carry for 24 yards. P.J. London called his number once. He carried it for 9 yards on that occurrence. And then Zeke Kisei also carried it once, but he was only able to gain 1 yard. In the air, London is 0 for 2. His second attempt ended in an interception. Esparza also had a halfback option to throw, but that also ended in an interception. The Yellowjackets do not have any yards in the air. On the other side of it, Sholo has been led by Colton McGinnis. He's averaging 57% on the year and 200 yards a game, and he's already more than halfway there for that latter figure. Now having completed 8 of 17 for 114 yards, but a little bit frustrated with himself as his last 3 were misses on and goal situations. But Blue Ridge at that point, it kind of felt like the game was getting away from them a little bit and had to really tighten it up defensively.
We saw them blitz a little bit more too, recognizing that Sholo was probably wanting to go a little bit more past since they had so much success. So the defensive pressure from Blue Ridge, they definitely amped it up, especially when they got down into that red zone with those outside blitzes in particular.
McGinnis' favorite target has been Keegan Clark. He's connected with him 6 times for 74 yards. But interestingly, it was Aaron Villalba that really was able to steady the ship. He was met with 2 catches for 40 yards on that big drive after the first interception, when the Cougars were really starting to move forward. The only other player that's been targeted for the Cougars was Jacob Yeager, as they were not able to connect with him. Talked about James Turner, though he only has 26 yards on 6 carries, but just the threat to run really seems like it opened it up for McGinnis to try to find some success with the passing attack. Fawcett has 1 carry for 5 yards, and otherwise McGinnis has carried the ball 4 times. He's been credited with 4 carries, though 3 of those were sacks. He's been brought down for negative 26 yards. Wrapping up here at halftime, where Blue Ridge is leading 9-6 on this, the Sholo Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Blue Ridge leading Sholo 9-6 here. This is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Expecting lots of snow this winter. Be sure to look for discounted season passes at sunriseskipark.com. That's sunriseskipark.com. Let's get ready for the second half. We're first going to go down to Ron, who has Coach Maxwell.
Yeah, Coach Maxwell, it looked like your defense kind of fueled your offense there. A couple interceptions, fueling your offense to get some energy there. Anything surprise you first half?
Surprised us that we came out and bobbled 3 snaps. I mean, yeah, that definitely surprised me. I think our defense settled down. Unfortunately, our offense gave them some short fields right away, and I think that's what gave up the points. But no, it's everything what we expected once we actually started moving the football and doing some things. So I think you should look for something a little bit more in the second half. Our defense, I think, is playing well. We got to come out and get a stop right now. This is important. And then I think offensively, we just kind of got to keep doing what we do.
Blue Ridge ran a lot first quarter. Second quarter came out and tried to pass. What do you expect second half?
I expect them to do a mixture. I mean, honestly, that's for the most part, that's what they've done for 30 years. That's what they built the Blue Ridge program on, and they're good at it. They get off the ball well. They're well coached. They have a good game plan. It's hard to stop. But I do think we're going to see more of the same. I mean, I don't think they're going to change anything.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ron. Thank you, Coach Maxwell, as this team's trailing 9-6. But we talked about coming out of that first half that felt like the Cougars were rolling with a little bit more momentum.
Definitely. That second quarter for the Cougars was really, I think, owned by the Cougars. We saw the turnovers that, Coach talked about, really getting their offensive game going. And then McGinnis really seemed to kind of settle in, gain some confidence, and more importantly, they got rid of the snapping problems that plagued them in that first couple of possessions. Yeah, I think, definitely in a situation here where, like Coach Maxwell said, the key here, Blue Ridge is going to get the opening kickoff. If they can come up with a good stop against Blue Ridge to start this second half, momentum-wise, especially on the offensive side, Sholo definitely went into halftime, I think, with the momentum on their side. So this defensive stand to start the second half is going to, it's going to be important for them.
Really got the feeling that both of these sides had opposing viewpoints of that halftime coming when it did. The Cougars probably wishing that they could just go right into the third quarter.
Sure.
But Blue Ridge really needed to try to get their heads straight as they're going to get the ball to receive here. And I would expect that we can expect a lot more Chase Esparza. The last possession, even though it kind of felt maybe they're just running out the clock, but they were certainly going back to that well.
Well, he's a good runner. I mean, he's tough. He's a tough kid, hard to bring down. But of course, he needs some space. And Blue Ridge is not known for breaking off huge runs necessarily with their running game. They're perfectly content just grinding out first downs and in the process getting long possessions that eat up clock. And they have no problem doing that. But, Sholo's defense really got tough, especially in that second quarter, and did not give Esparza much room at all. So it'll be interesting to see offensively what Blue Ridge comes out with here to start the second half.
Tanner Lusk is going to kick it away. as Northland Pioneer College kickoff is exhorting you that when it comes to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. Is back around the 25-yard line, or a couple up men, but instead it's going to clear them and get all the way back now to the 20, where it is received by one of the Yellowjackets, and he's going to go right up the middle through all sorts of traffic before being brought down by his shoelace at the 45.
That's Corey Enfield on the reception, but a big tackle in open field, as you say. It looked like Enfield was going to break through that wedge. Number 44 for Sholo ending up making the shoestring tackle. Trenton Beeler, great job by him to bring Enfield down. But again, great starting field position here by Blue Ridge, for Blue Ridge at least, on their 48.
Here's the first possession of this third quarter. Esparza is deep in the backfield, and he gets the call coming toward that right side of the line, but he has stood up after they have his forward motion going down to what looked like one official had him all the way out to the 46 or 7, but they're going to mark him down at the 49, a 2-yard gain.
Several Sholo players in on that, led by Jack Barrett, their nose guard, or one of their defensive linemen for Sholo on that tackle.
Again, everybody really close to the line of scrimmage here on 2nd down and 7. Again, Esparza gets the call, and again, he has stood up, but he's continuing to push his legs forward and will able to gain 1 yard now as a result of that, but he doesn't go down.
Yeah, he keeps those feet moving. Good job by him. And just another wall of Sholo players. Not much room for Esparza to find up at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Avila, along with Braden Tolbert and company, shutting down that gap, really holding them to no gain.
3rd down and 6. As Esparza is the lone man in the backfield. London rolling to his left. Now he's going to tuck it, runs through one tackle, has the first down over to the 40, and deep into Sholo territory down at the 37.
That's a good read, good decision by London. Seeing the coverage, he just goes ahead and just takes the run to the outside. There's no edge set out there for him to have to worry about. Jacob Yeager ultimately making the tackle, having to run across field to drag London down, but not after the gain, as you said, for that first down.
Now 21 yards on just 2 carries for London. That one was big, as it's going to move it to the Sholo 38. Handoff to Esparza after the Mountain Mobile Glass first down, as he again is able to go forward after meeting contact inside the 35 and down to the 34 for a hard-fought 4-yard gain. Now after 24 carries, he's up to 75 yards.
That's a big collision there. Also, Esparza, as we say, an aggressive downhill runner. He runs into Keegan Clark and a big tackle, big collision between those two. But again, just another decent gain by Esparza for about 4 yards.
9-6, Blue Ridge leading. Now 2nd down and 4 with 9 minutes and 50 seconds to play. And looked like they tried to give that one to one of the...
That's Hoffmeyer on the handoff for Blue Ridge, and just completely blown up. Ridge Lee doing a great job beating the block at the line of scrimmage. That play had no chance. Just outstanding play by Lee for the Cougars.
Blue Ridge winds up losing a yard. 3rd down and 7. We're able to convert on their last similarly marked 3rd down play. As this time London will go from the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers on the right side of his line. Pistol formation with the Esparza behind him. As here comes the Sholo rush. He's going to come toward the near sideline. Looks like he's going to now, I thought he was going to tuck it. Instead, he has a man open inside of the 10, and it's going to bounce off of Enfield's shoulder pad.
That's an amazing play by London. You look here, puts that little stutter step, able to get free outside the pocket and then to pull the trigger. And that was a good pass, just unfortunate. Enfield, instead of catching with his hands, it lets it hit his shoulder pad and it bounces right off. But you can't fault London for at least trying to make a play out of that.
No, that was an incredible job there by the sophomore quarterback, as he's also the punter, but instead he's coming in and lining up under center on this 4th down and 7 play, and they will take the snap directly. Now he's spinning around to his left, going to hold up and throw into the flat where he's caught by a man inside at the 25 and brought down. That's Enfield, making some amends for the last one.
That'll be Clark on the tackle along with, what is that, Manuel Aguilar. That's a deep secondary for the Cougars making that tackle. As you say, a pretty narrow window for that pass to get through. Enfield does make the catch for the first down.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down as the Esparza will attack now the left side. And again, spinning away from the initial tackler and falling forward after a 5-yard gain. That was the first connection that London had here. Now 1 for 4 for 13 yards. He needed 7, and he was able to almost double that up on that previous 3rd down. Blue Ridge now marching deeper into Show Low territory as it is marked at the 16, and I think the Cougars need to talk about this. It looked like they had the Yellowjackets on the ropes, forcing them into a 3rd and long-ish situation. But P.J. London was able to run for the first and throw a pass to connect for the second. And now the Cougars in business with 8 minutes and 19 seconds to play here in the 3rd, leading 9-6 on the Sholo Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year.
So the Cougars have to burn a timeout, not even 4 minutes into the second half. And facing now 2nd down and 5. London, who's been the story here in the early going of this 3rd quarter, sends a man in motion left to right and hands off instead to Esparza, who goes over that right side and just trying to fight his way toward that yard marker. He's going to be about 1 yard short. But after talking about how Sholo was using the running game to really open up the passing game, now that the Cougar defense has had to think about London, things are starting to open up a little bit on the inside for Esparza.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if that's why Coach Maxwell may have called a timeout there to get his defense sorted out, knowing that Blue Ridge is making a pretty good drive here.
3rd and 1, Esparza again gets the call, fights his way inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 5, and it'll be a 1st and goal situation after that Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
On the tackle, Clark combined with Tolbert on the tackle for Cougars. But again, a great piece of running by Chase Esparza, just keeping those feet moving despite the contact. He's able to get at least 3 yards after making contact with the defensive unit of the Cougars. So Blue Ridge threatening here.
1st and goal from the 6. Handoff goes to Hoffmeyer. He makes one man miss as he again shuffles his feet up the middle and is finally brought down at the 2. He has a 4-yard gain as the Yellowjackets took this kick to start the second half and have now held onto the ball for getting close to 5 minutes and are even closer to the end zone, looking at 2nd and goal from the 2.
So a good surge there by the front line. Hoffmeyer just filling in behind those linemen.
Esparza's deep. As instead looks like London's going to keep it, and he forces his way over the goal line, and there it is. A Hudson's Furniture touchdown, and Blue Ridge extends its lead out to 15-6 with this extra point coming.
Just a good old-fashioned quarterback keeper, just following in behind that line surge, leaning in over the end zone for the touchdown. Blue Ridge's 2nd touchdown of the game, coming at 6:54 here in the 3rd.
So London, having run for a first down, threw for a first down, then kept it for a touchdown, and now he's in to do the extra point duties, and he is successful. And the Yellowjackets go, well, that was a little bit more than 50 yards after a pretty good return. And more than 5 minutes to take a 16-6 lead here in the 3rd quarter as you listen to the Sholo Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
30 seconds.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Tanner McCullough in to kick it away for the Yellowjackets as it bounces over Clark's head. He's able to jump up and get it around the 25. Now makes a man miss at the 30, near sideline 40 and down to the 45. Averting disaster there with some elevation from Keegan Clark. And now after giving up a touchdown to start the third quarter, Sholo, which had all sorts of momentum on both sides of the football, are now going to come out with excellent field position. We'll have to see how the layoff now has treated McGinnis.
Well, it was a good athletic move by Clark to get around that initial tackler from Blue Ridge. And after making that move, knocks off a good gain. Well, not a gain, but a run on the kickoff. So Sholo with good starting field position at their 45.
McGinnis from the shotgun, looking over the middle. Ooh, and a little bit of a miscommunication between he and Clark. There was nobody there but yellow hats.
Looked like Clark actually may have stopped his route for some reason. I'm not sure, but there were, as you say, there were more Blue Ridge defenders in the area than, of course, Clark, the lone Cougar. But Sholo actually, I think, a little bit fortunate there not to get the turnover on the interception.
McGinnis is now 8 of 18 for 114 yards, and he's again looking at Clark, who's been his favorite target, 6 catches for 74 yards. On second down and 10 now with 6:45 to play in the third quarter. The handoff will go to Turner, who's trying to find some room going right up the middle, and he's able to fall forward down to the 49, pick up a 4, and make it 3rd and 6.
Great run by Turner. Not much to work with. Turner's only 5'6", 145 pounds, but the advantage that gives him is he can kind of squeegee through those little gaps, and that's exactly what he did on that run. There was not much room whatsoever, but for him to bust it off or look like, you know, a nice little gain puts Sholo in position to get a first down here.
And I think there's another procedure here before the Cougars could get that one going.
Killer penalties for the Cougars tonight if that does go against them, which it looks like it will.
That one incidentally might have been on the quarterback, as he had that deep knee bend and then started falling back. He might have taken a
False
step.
start, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat the down.
Yeah, so what was 3rd and 6, now they're looking at, of course, 3rd and 11, 12. So, you know, we talked about the penalties and the, you know, early the bad snaps, but Sholo's since fixed the snapping issue, but the penalty issue still remains for them.
3rd and 11. Clark, the lone man on the near side. Initially looking right, now coming back to the left, trying to find him in triple coverage. And it's going to sail over his head and incomplete. Oh, and I thought I saw a flag, but I did not.
Yeah, that was just a Hail Mary to try to hit Clark. But as you say, he's throwing right into triple coverage. McGinnis just puts as much as he can on that ball. Really no one, including the defense, even had a shot at it. So Sholo will drop back to punt, send Enfield back deep to receive for Blue Ridge.
That one's nearly blocked, and it might have been, as it took a sharp veer to the left. As in there, I believe it was McCullough to...
yeah, it was Tanner McCullough. Got his hands in, and I think it may have hit his hand. And deflected it.
He and Clark shook hands afterwards. Game, respect, game sort of situation. Perhaps Clark acknowledging that That was nearly disastrous as his team's trailing 16-6 after Blue Ridge converts twice on third down. The Cougars can't do so as an answer and are going to send it right back to the Yellowjackets, who are again going to benefit from pretty decent field position starting on their own 30. Esparza comes out in the offset eye. He's carried the ball 27 times for 88 yards, and he gets the call as he's going to go forward and pick up a pretty good chunk, considering that he is being met near the line almost every time he has any opportunity.
Yeah, a little quick footwork by Esparza at the line of scrimmage. You know, there's good penetration up front by the D line for Cougars, but Esparza able to avoid that initial contact and get about a 4-yard gain on that carry.
5 minutes and 20 seconds to play here in the third, and Esparza again getting the call on 2nd down and 5, and now turning his back and keeping his legs moving. He's able to turn something out of very little, gains another 3 yards, and sets up this 3rd down and short.
Well, again, Blue Ridge relying heavily on that run game. Nothing fancy. They're just going right up the gut against the Show Low defense. Occasionally you'll see them go outside with a run, but more importantly, with the lead, Blue Ridge is able to knock off a lot of time off the clock with these longer possessions.
Got an extra tight end on the line as Esparza this time met in the backfield, but look at him still going forward. He has the 1st down all the way out to the 45. It looked like he was going to be stopped for no gain, and instead again turns his back, keeps his feet going, and takes one of the Cougars for a ride, a 6 or 7 yard ride.
That's Zachary Maxwell, number 9, the linebacker that comes up, and as you say, with the initial contact, looked like Maxwell might be able to drop Esparza, but Esparza just doing a great job of keeping those feet moving and actually pushes him back enough to get the 1st down.
The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down. This time we'll go to Hoffmeyer on the carry as he crosses midfield into Show Low territory. He has a good 8-yard gain as there's 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. And after converting on 3rd down, another Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down is going to set up 2nd and short.
Trenton Beeler on the tackle along with others for the Cougars. But again, Blue Ridge loves these kinds of drives. They're just chipping away, getting their 1st downs, but more importantly for them, with the lead 16-6 here in the 3rd, Blue Ridge is able to wind down this clock.
Esparza, I have him over the century mark on 30 carries for 102 yards, and he's going to get the call falling forward very close to the Show Low 45, which is where he needs to get for that 1st down, but it looks like he's going to be just a little bit short.
Yeah, they're going to mark him. Looked like his knee dropped shy of the 45 of Show Low. It's going to be enough, it looks like. Yep, they're going to call the chains out to measure this. Just shy of the Show Low 45. We'll see what they do here.
Yes, the nose of the football looks like it is inches away from that 45. By that I mean 2. As the chain gang has emerged and it's stretched out, and well, he says 3rd. That could either be the down or number of inches that they need to get.
That's about 6 inches short, it looks like, from up here.
So now to start this 2nd half, Blue Ridge has converted 3 times already on 3rd down. They have not needed to go as short a distance as they do right now. On that goal situation, it was London on the keep. Does that seem appropriate in this spot?
Well, you know, with that line surge, he was able to score on the quarterback keeper with plenty of room to spare. But then again, Esparza tends to be their go-to guy in situations like this, especially on 3rd down.
London under center. This time going to go to Hoffmeyer, who is met at the line, but he falls forward, and he needed 6 inches. He wound up getting a yard.
Again, just a basic die play up top, up the middle. Number 51 for Show Low at the bottom of the pile, Ridge Lee. But again, as you say, not after Hoffmeyer is able to lean over him enough to get the 1st down for Blue Ridge. So a good long drive here by Blue Ridge, running the clock down to almost 3 minutes.
16-6, and carrying the football now is Esparza after that Mountain Mobile Auto Glass 1st down. He's going to fall inside, well, right at the Show Low 40 for a 4-yard gain. As efficiently as Blue Ridge is churning through the clock, even though it's only the third quarter. Show Low down by 2 scores. It feels as if the clock is becoming a bit of a factor.
Well, and we heard Coach Maxwell at halftime. He highlighted the fact that he would really like his team to stop Blue Ridge on that first possession, which they were not able to do. Since then, Blue Ridge has had success in moving the football.
2nd and 6, and again met in the backfield, but again taking the tackler forward for another 4-yard gain. 3rd down and short, as Esparza now with 108 yards. And Blue Ridge set to come to the line, having already successfully converted on 4 3rd down plays here in the third quarter. 16-6, the Yellowjackets are leading. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. And the Cougars probably looking at a situation where they're going to have to get 2 stops here to get the ball back, and they really need to get this defense off the field. London under center. Pitches it out to the left, going that way is Esparza. He makes a move to get further outside. He's at the 30, and he's down to the 24-yard line. 26-yard line, having picked up still another Mountain Mobile Autoglass first down.
That's Fawcett out on the edge making the tackle on Esparza, but Esparza making a good move to the outside. Trenton Beeler is well out there to finish off for the Cougars, but things are really clicking now for Blue Ridge's running game. Again, we're not seeing big plays, big running plays especially, but they're just chipping away, getting the first downs, and more importantly, eating down that clock.
16-6 as Hoffmeyer gets the call. He is through into the second level and finally brought down at the 15, but a flag is down in the backfield, and that usually doesn't spell anything good for the offense.
Yeah, it's going to be holding against Blue Ridge, but a good play by the Jackets that time, giving to Hoffmeyer. You know, after a while, you begin to wonder if these Show Low Cougars start to key on Esparza, given how many carries he's had, and that's allowed Hoffmeyer opportunities up the middle. I think the defense not expecting him to get the football.
Offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat the down.
That'll set up a 1st and 20 and move all the way back to the Show Low 38, but the Yellowjackets have had this football for pretty much the entire third quarter. Consider they've converted 4 third downs here in the third. Show Low has run 3 plays.
Yep, that's huge. That's a huge difference. And again, we heard Coach Maxwell talk about that. He wanted to have the ball more.
Got an offset eye in the backfield. Esparza again met, this time at the line of scrimmage, but this time he's gang tackled. And I think the first player there,
number 71 for the Cougars, Anthony Avila, one of their down linemen, and he really does a great job of just stuffing Esparza here on that hit right there.
But look at Keegan Clark coming in to make sure that Esparza doesn't get away.
Yeah, that's good defense there. Good response by the Cougars. That penalty for Blue Ridge, that's a big penalty, sets them back after they had momentum. We'll see if Show Low can stiffen up here to keep Blue Ridge out of the end zone. 2nd
down, still need 20. Less than a minute to go here in the third as London rolls to his left, looking out, and has a man at the 25 and out of bounds at the 23. Make it the 24, as catching that one is Zeke Kisei.
Blue Ridge putting 2 receivers on the same side, one deep, one in between the right in front of, or right behind the linebackers, pardon me, and London doing a good job of finding Kisei on that shorter route. Put him in position here, 3rd and about 7, close to get to the first down.
13 yards on that reception. Esparza trying to go over the right side. He's again met by a trio of Cougars. He still is able to take them down to the 21, but it'll make it now 4th down, and looking like they're going to call it 4. And I don't know if the Yellowjackets have to do anything about that until the 4th quarter. There's 22 seconds left here in the third.
Looks like the Jackets are just going to let the clock burn down to the quarter here, with P.J. London going over to the sideline to talk to his coach.
It has literally been all Blue Ridge here in this third quarter. Show Low one possession where it goes 3 and out. Otherwise, Blue Ridge extending its lead to 16-6 now with just 1 quarter to play here on Show Low Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
30 seconds.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with
Blue Ridge leading 16-6 here at Cougar Stadium at Sholo High School, facing a 4th down and 5 after having controlled the third quarter, taking the kickoff to begin it and allowing Sholo to run just 3 offensive plays. They have a capable kicker in their quarterback in P.J. London, but it doesn't look like that's on anybody's mind right now, as London is coming up and ready to go under center. Esparza has been the featured ball carrier, catcher, whoever. 36 carries for 119 yards, and he's deep. And it looks like maybe Blue Ridge trying to see if they can't get the Cougars to jump off sides, as London again goes up and down, and looks as if they're going to take a timeout. So it will be Blue Ridge's first timeout, not yet to run a play here in the final quarter, but still leading 16-6 here on Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Need hats, shirts, or jackets embroidered with your logo? Get custom embroidered products from Little Bluebird Studios. That's right, the company that does the best job screen printing t-shirts and hoodies now offers embroidery. Little Bluebird Studios is a local company with skilled designers that care about your company's image and brand. Call Little Bluebird Studios today, 928-351-7942, or online at littlebluebird.org. Little Bluebird Studios, the company that cares.
Yeah, I know, but I think they're I'd go for it.
All right, it has been discussed. London going to come back out and go under center. What do you think about this punt?
I don't know. Well, but Blue Ridge is going for it for sure. We'll see if they're going to try running here or pass. They're going to go to the pass.
Fake the handoff to Esparza. Now have a man wide open. That is Hoffmeyer, who looks to have enough for the first down, but there is a flag in the backfield. And a rather frustrated-looking Sholo Cougar, and it's probably because he was being held. So that now, oh yeah, that was some textbook holding. That's what that was.
Holding. Offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 4th down.
So it was 4th and 5, and that from the spot of the foul is going to move it all the way back to 4th down and a whole lot. As I think this might encourage the Yellowjackets to maybe try to turn the field around on the Cougars and punt this thing away?
Well, it looks like they're going to, well, I think London is their punter.
Yeah.
So he's got them huddled up. We'll have to wait and see how they break the huddle. But that's a big penalty regardless for Blue Ridge. They had that first down with a great pass call, but they're going to go for it here.
London in the shotgun. He's got Esparza next to him as he drops back, looking to his left. Now unleashes. The man has had at the 25, spun down at the 20, but that is going to be well short of the first down. Now consider they would have been punting that thing from right around the 40, so this is essentially like a touchback.
Yeah, basically a touchback, as you say. Sholo starting their possession at about the 22. Field position-wise, Blue Ridge definitely having the advantage, I think, all night pretty much consistently. There's been a few exceptions where Sholo has had good field position, but the Cougars got a long field in front of them here with 11:18 left.
They need 2 scores. They trail 16-6 as they've only have 3 offensive plays here in the second half. As McGinnis now dropping back, looking to this near side where Yeager had that thing, and then it bobbled out of his hands as I think he started making the turn to try to get upfield before he had completed the reception.
Yeah, I think he was thinking about making a move on the corner. Kisei in coverage. You can see him look right there in the replay, look to the defender. Meanwhile, hadn't really brought the ball in on the reception.
McGinnis started just 1 for 5. Now he's 0 for his last 6. Sholo facing 2nd and 10 from its own 20. Is there some pressure coming off the edge, and he's going to get rid of that one, somehow get it complete. Caught out to Turner. He's going to cut to the middle of the field. He has the first down over the 35 to the 40, 45 before brought down at the 50. McGinnis is hobbling as he's running up to the line of scrimmage as he was under all sorts of duress, but still somehow able to not just find Jake Turner, but complete the pass. It's good for 28 yards.
Well, that's just great run after the catch as well by Turner, cutting through the defenders. Made several Blue Ridge tacklers miss after that catch. McGinnis really kind of fortunate to get this pass off considering the pressure, but giving credit. And then Turner just turning it on with that speed.
He fell awkwardly on that left leg, his planting leg, but no, it's no worse for the wear as he's going to scramble around, and then get decked. And there's a late flag. I tell you what, if this were the NFL, I think that this would result in an ejection.
Yeah, they're going to call Kisei for the hit, helmet to helmet.
15, baby, 15.
He's being held
Personal
up
foul.
and then gets hit.
Targeting.
Crown
Defense.
of that helmet.
15 yards from the end of the run. First
Blue
down.
Ridge now firing into its feet after negating a first down on its previous possession because of a hold. Looks like they're going to set up a 2nd and long after giving up the big pass play. And I think the thing that's most frustrating over there on the Blue Ridge sideline is McGinnis was down. He was stopped.
Definitely down. That's a big penalty again against Blue Ridge at an inopportune time.
Moves it down to the Blue Ridge 35, and some movement on the left side of the line looks like is going to again send the Cougars retreating. And I believe this is their 4th procedure
Offense,
flag.
5-yard penalty.
Christian
Still first down.
Tafoya, the offensive lineman on that left side for the Cougars that jumped. So it'll push Sholo back 5 yards, still first down. But 10:20 left here in the 4th quarter. This is a possession that Sholo definitely needs to put points up on the board to stay in this thing.
1st and 15, trailing 16-6 as McGinnis again operating from the shotgun. This time hands off to Turner. He had that 28-yard reception on that big 3rd down play, and this time he's good for 3. Can't get it back to the original line of scrimmage. And it sets up 2nd down and 12.
It's Hernandez and Tyson Savage in on the tackle for Blue Ridge after about a 3-yard gain for Sholo.
Consider that the Yellowjackets have had the ball for almost 12 minutes here in the second half, so the clock is a bit of a factor. Despite Sholo having moved it into Blue Ridge territories, McGinnis now is looking down the near sideline where a man had a little bit of space and separation. That was Villalba, but he couldn't haul it in before he went out of bounds. And a really good-looking ball there from McGinnis.
Yeah, and he had to put it there to get it away from the defense, and you can see him get his hands on the ball, just not able to pull it in.
Let's send it down to Ron on the sideline as he's got an injury update.
A couple plays ago, you noticed Jake Yeager missed a pass, and he came out. He's been limping around with his left hand a lot on the sidelines. He's a speedster that might have caught that pass right there. He's out for now.
All right, thanks, Ron. Is Sholo now facing 3rd and 12 from the with 9 minutes and 28 seconds to go on the Blue Ridge 37. Pass is going to be had in the flat, moving away from
Missed
one is
tackle.
Clark. Now he's going to go down the far sideline before stepping out of bounds, shy of the yard marker. Keegan Clark is able to scamper. He did almost all of that by himself and pick up a good 10 yards.
There's a Blue Ridge defender. I'm not sure if it's Esparza or one of the corners that came up. That's Esparza that had him there and missed that tackle. Bad angle as well by number 21 for Blue Ridge. Cameron Ortega, allowing him to get to the outside to knock off a pretty good-sized game.
And now the Sholo
Timeout.
sideline.
Sholo.
I believe that is the second timeout the Cougars have had to utilize. 9 minutes and 19 seconds left to play, and Blue Ridge leading 16-6, but the Cougars are in business here on the Sholo Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com. Trailing 10 with 99 minutes and 19 seconds to play. Sholo having to go for it on 4th down and 3 from the Yellowjacket 28-yard line. McGinnis, who's now thrown for 152 yards, takes the snap, drops back, looking to the right, had by Villalba, and he's going to catch that one, bounce off a tackler at the 15, now moving to the near sideline where he gets into the end zone. On 4th and 3, the Cougars are able to convert with a 28-yard strike.
That's a big play there for the Cougars. Like we talked, they needed to put points up on this possession. They do exactly that. Great pass, just a bunch of missed tackles by the Jackets there. Yeah, the McCulloch missed him along with Ortega, I believe that was, for Blue Ridge. Anyway, Sholo able to get into the end zone. That's a huge touchdown for them.
Now the Cougars were unsuccessful after their most recent Hudson's Furniture touchdown. And they're looking like they are going to go for 2 here. As it got Clark split out wide to the left, looking back that way after moving to his right, now going toward the back of the end zone, but the pass is again going to be too high. The intended receiver was again Villalba. So Sholo will now need to score a touchdown and would not be able to tie it with a field goal. But the first extra point was a little bit short and quite a bit wide to the left. So I think that you can understand why they would be going in that direction.
Sure.
But it stops play with 9 minutes and 11 seconds to go, and Blue Ridge will get the ball leading 16-12 here on Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Sholo Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
The Northland Pioneer kickoff is squibbed and fallen on at the 34-yard line. As Blue Ridge now trying to do as it has throughout this second half, occupy some clock, leading 16-12. Chase Esparza, 36 carries for 119 yards. But something else to think about is the sophomore P.J. London now has converted on his last 3 attempts and has been good for 42 yards.
Well, you know, that passing game for the Yellowjackets does depend heavily on them running the ball effectively. And they do prefer to run, especially when it means running seconds off the clock. Big run there by Esparza.
Esparza looked like he was juggling that handoff as he went over that left side, was able to gather and go 12 yards.
You can see here, number 2, Aaron Villara for Sholo, really being drugged by Esparza. And that's a good run there first play from scrimmage on this possession for the Jackets.
It's good for a Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down, and Blue Ridge now in no hurry to get to the line, but that might be because the officials were also holding things up. So now they wind the clock. There we go, 9 minutes and 4 seconds to go, and the Yellow Jackets already at the line. Going to go again to Esparza, this time going over the right side, spins away from somebody near midfield, and then falls into Sholo territory after a strong 7-yard gain.
That's an elusive, great run there by Esparza. You'll see him hit a backer right here, number 44 for Sholo. And with that spin move, Esparza is able to get another at least 3, almost 4 yards. So a good piece of running by Esparza to continue this drive for Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge 8.5 minutes away from evening up its record at 4-4. London goes under center. Esparza, the workhorse behind him. He again gets the call and again makes somebody miss in the backfield and jumps forward and is very close to another first down. They're already signaling it. Oh, no, they're signaling third. Oh, yeah.
Looks like he'll be short by about a yard.
Yes.
Yard and a half. Big play here for the Jackets. Again, they have the lead, but we're at 8 minutes in the fourth.
Esparza's next carry will be his 40th as he is in the back of an offside eye. Instead, it's going to go to Hoffmeyer, but Sholo all over that one. Had been caught off guard by that dive from Hoffmeyer, but not so that time as they get the big third down stop.
Jack Baird, number 54, big time, just lit up Hoffmeyer on that right at the line of scrimmage. Big play for Baird. That's a big hit there.
Clock running at 7 minutes and 26 seconds, facing fourth in a very long one, and it looks as if London is going to go under center. Again with Esparza behind him, and he takes the quick count, goes to Esparza, who's already over the 45, and then stumbling down to the 41. He needed almost 2 yards and instead picks up 8.
And again, just a great job downhill running by Esparza. Finds a little bit of a seam. He even got a little extra shove from P.J. London after the handoff to give him some momentum. And you can see there's just a great seam. Esparza with those feet just keeps moving to get the first down.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down with now 7 minutes to go, and Sholo trailing 16-12, needing to get off the field, and instead it's another give to Esparza, who's able to churn out another 3 yards. Now 41 carries for 151 yards.
Wow, that's a lot of carries.
And incidentally, when they went away from him in the second quarter, things kind of went sideways for the Yellowjackets, and he's been getting steady doses here throughout this second half, and Blue Ridge has been in control as a result.
Yep, absolutely.
Ball just over the 40. Calling this one second down and 8, but the clock running. 6 minutes and 23 seconds to go as Esparza again met at the line, this time cutting back to the left and turning down to the 30. Has enough for another first down.
Finding a lot of space that time. Aaron Villalba for the Cougars ultimately making the tackle. But Esparza just does a great job of finding space out on that left side, cut against the grain a little bit at the line of scrimmage.
That Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down takes it down to the Sholo 31. Clock getting close to 6 minutes to play, and Blue Ridge leading 16-12. And before that snap is had, a procedure penalty will go against the Yellowjackets.
False start, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, third down.
Somebody's fired up. Is that Coach Maxwell?
I believe it may be.
Man.
He's already used 2 timeouts. And I think that this might be a situation where he would have liked to have tried another one, but he's got to keep that in his pocket should his offense get the ball back. Now with less than 6 minutes to play, he's got to get a touchdown, so it's imperative that they get off the field here as Esparza this time going over the left side and again spinning away and taking a tackler for another extra yard. I would love to know how many yards after contact he has here today.
Yeah, he does a great job, and again, it all comes down to that footwork. You know, he never stops his feet, has that good lean, knowing that the hit's coming, and and those spin moves as well allow him to gain that extra space he needs to get those yards. And you can see Sholo defensively, they're really loading the box right now against Blue Ridge. they're just assuming, really daring the Jackets to throw the ball, but they're just completely bunched up in the box right now defensively is Sholo.
When Sparza goes down after, there was a hand on that tackle that was coming up close to that face mask.
Or a horse collar even. That's number 71 for Sholo on that tackle, Anthony Avila.
Now consider here is this is going to be a 3rd down and 8. The Cougars didn't need much time to get into the end zone, about 2 minutes on their last drive. 4 minutes and 42 seconds left in the ball game. Blue Ridge coming to the line leading 16-12 and needing 8 yards to extend this drive, but as a man was set in motion, McCullough, the tight end, left his stance.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, 3rd down.
But that is only, if nothing else, going to allow Blue Ridge to allow some more time to drip away.
Yeah, true. Puts them in a tougher position, of course. Now they've got about 13 yards, 14 yards to get that first down, being 3rd down right here.
Ball is at the 34-yard line for Sholo. On 3rd and 8, everybody was bunched up, but now spreading it out a little bit wider, using the pistol as Esparza has the give faked to him. Now on the move to the right side, London scrambles across the line of scrimmage and is hit out of bounds. And they're going to say that that was all on the up and up, as he was not ruled to get out of bounds. So the clock is moving. London was able to get, I'm going to say, 7 of those yards back.
Yeah, it looked like Maxwell coming up to try to, he could see London on that sideline. A little bit of red meat out there for a linebacker, but London took the hit, just stepped out of bounds.
4th down and 6, and Blue Ridge again at the line of scrimmage with 3 minutes and 39 seconds left. Fake a handoff. Now London goes into the flat where it's caught again. And making a man miss to get over to the 20-yard line and pick up a huge first down on 4th. That was Hoffmeyer who was able to get out of the backfield and get his hands on that one.
Outstanding effort by Hoffmeyer. Looks like he's hurt. Hoffmeyer favoring that right arm after the catch, but watch the run after the catch here by Hoffmeyer. He's close to the first down after he makes that initial turn, but able to push through this tackle right here makes a big difference.
That Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down moves the chains with Blue Ridge still leading 16-12, but a movement now will make it 1st and 15.
Yeah.
But most importantly at this point,
start.
3 minutes.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
3 minutes and 15 seconds left. The Cougars, I'm pretty sure, can stop the clock once. When do you pull that out?
You know, these penalties, I mean, granted, Blue Ridge has the ball and more times coming off the clock, but these penalties these Jackets are incurring are really not doing their offensive momentum much favor here.
3 minutes even as London takes that snap and hands it off to Esparza, who's going to go right by one tackler at the 10 and then spun down inside the 5. He fumbles the football into the end zone, but 2 officials are on the spot to say that he was down at the 1.
Yeah, he was clearly down. The the ground caused the fumble. You know, the tackler on that play, we'll have to get the replay to see who is making the tackle. He might have been able to pull it loose a little, but the ball definitely came loose after contact with the field, after the ground. But regardless, it'll put it at about the 1-yard line of Sholo. So 1st and goal for the Jackets. Big play there for the Yellowjackets.
18 yards to get that Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down. 45 carries for Esparza. I was looking at my stat sheet. London keeps it?
Yep, London keeper.
That'll be London's 2nd touchdown, as perhaps that will also do it here as the lead is back out to 10 with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. But I guess stranger things have occurred.
Especially in this rivalry game. That's a big touchdown there, certainly for Blue Ridge, though. After that long drive, that eats up time.
All right, London's extra point is up and good. Blue Ridge now extending its lead to 23-12 with but 2 minutes and 33 seconds left to play here on Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Hudson's Furniture has quality furniture at affordable prices. With their newly expanded showroom, they offer furniture for every room in your home, including best home furnishings, featuring solid wood construction and a lifetime warranty. And customized orders are available to fit your individual size, color, and style. Plus, get guaranteed credit approval with 0 interest and 0 down. For the best prices on quality furniture, visit Hudson's Furniture, across from Walmart in Taylor.
That Hudson's Furniture touchdown, the second from P.J. London that he has on the ground. But how about the day from Chase Esparza? Now 45 carries, 182 yards, and 1 score.
That's a lot of calories. 45 carries. Man, that's crazy.
Sholo, which needed about 2 minutes to score here in the fourth, is going to have to get it into the end zone twice, as a short kick will be had, taking it to the 20-yard line. Slowly approaching is Clark as he's trying to get that wedge to set up. Now steps out of one tackle at the 35 before falling down at the 40.
We can see Clark on that kick return, as we saw him last time, being very patient behind his runners, just trying to find a big seam to get through. He has great speed once he gets into the open field, but credit Blue Ridge staying in their lanes on that kickoff. So it comes down, Sholo's going to have to put up points quickly here if they want to have a run at winning this football game.
McGinnis is thrown for 180 yards. He has the shotgun snap, and looking to his left has Villalba caught at midfield. He's got the first down before he is cut down after a 12-yard gain. That Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down will stop the clock with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go. And into Blue Ridge territory go the Cougars, but was there a flag that I missed?
We have 2 officials, now 3, talking to each other in the backfield.
It would be a 13-yard gain. Instead, it's going to be a personal foul. It didn't look like there was any sort of chop block or anything like that, and I couldn't see any hands to the face. So maybe we can get another replay. Oh, there it is at midfield. Jacob Yeager.
Personal foul on the offense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
That's a big penalty there.
Yeager spun whomever he was blocking well away from the play to the ground, and the officials deemed that unnecessary. So it would have been a 13-yard gain. Instead, here comes 1st and 25 as McGinnis again with the snap, looking again to the right, now going over the middle where it is intercepted. Picked off by P.J. London.
Playing safety, center field. He's watching the quarterback the whole time. He could see the receiver make the cut to the middle on the post route, the in route. Just reading it the whole way and just steps up into the lane right there to make the interception. Just great defensive coverage. Of course, Blue Ridge in cover 3, deep coverage, recognizing that really the pressure's on Sholo to get the ball down the field as quickly and as far as they can in an effort to try to get points up. So Blue Ridge really in a good position here with just over 2 minutes now. If they can get at least one first down, in a position to just burn the clock out.
Cougars can only stop the clock once, as there's Esparza going over that left side, and he carries the tackler down to the 45 and even the 44, as he is credited with 5 yards on that carry. He's getting close to 200 now.
Braden Tolbert on the tackle for Sholo. He's been a workhorse for the Cougars tonight defensively in that linebacker position. But you know, the production of Chase tonight has just been outstanding for the Yellowjackets.
90 seconds to play. Blue Ridge leading 23-12. And London, who's had a pretty big day himself, standing up under center now, Gives it again to Esparza. He's going to try the right side. He's going to fall over the 40. He's down to the 38 and is again very close to what would at this point be a game-clinching Mountain Mobile Auto Glass first down.
Yeah, absolutely. On a couple of runs, Blue Ridge able to get that first down.
They've given the signal to move the chains. That is a first down. He's at 195 yards, but with a minute and 12 seconds left, I think that the only thing the Yellowjackets need to do here is take a couple of knees, and it looks like that's what they're setting themselves up to do. So Esparza will have to get that 200-yard day some other night. As London is standing near his center, allowing time to drip away, is Esparza, who's been the man of the evening, standing to his left. And the Yellowjackets victory formation as he takes that knee, does London. And they got to do that, well, probably 2 more times before the record officially goes to 4-4 and 2-1 in region play. London, this time waiting under center again, takes the knee, and with 20 seconds, that will do it. Final score here at Show Low will be Blue Ridge 23 and the Cougars 12. The Yellowjackets do run their record up to 4-4 as the buzzer sounds, and that will do it here on the Show Low Ford presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Want to buy the #1 selling truck in America for over 41 years? Want to buy a vehicle with a lifetime engine warranty? Want to get the best deal in the state of Arizona on your new Ford car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Anyone can say they'll give you a great deal, but Guy Hatch at Show Low Ford means it. In fact, he guarantees it. Buy the best from the best. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce.
Hudson's Furniture has quality furniture at affordable prices. With their newly expanded showroom, they offer furniture for every room in your home, including best home furnishings, featuring solid wood construction and a lifetime warranty. And customized orders are available to fit your individual size, color, and style. Plus, get guaranteed credit approval with 0 interest and 0 down. For the best prices on quality furniture, visit Hudson's Furniture, across from Walmart in Taylor. Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at
south of Pine Top on Highway 260. As Blue Ridge gets the big 23-12 win and gives us a chance to look at the Beeler Orthodontics straight play of the game. Beeler Orthodontics, Live to smile. Love your smile. Punt. Take us into early in the second half.
Right.
Facing a 3rd and 7. P.J. London starts rolling to his left.
Yeah. Leaves the pocket, and actually a great read by him. And he has not run. He typically does not run the ball a lot for Blue Ridge, but he does knock off a 12-yard run, and more importantly, gets the first down to keep that drive alive, which they ultimately score on. And that's their first possession coming out of halftime. And we talked about, what would the momentum look like between Sholo, who really had the momentum going into the locker room at halftime, and for Blue Ridge to answer quickly in that first possession. And, London's run for sure put him in a position to do that on that 3rd down play. So that made the big difference for the Yellowjackets tonight.
So that 12-yard run on 3rd and 7 is the Beeler Orthodontics straight line play of the game. Beeler Orthodontics live to smile. Love your smile. And as you mentioned, our conversation at halftime, even though Blue Ridge had a 9-6 lead, was the Cougars got all the momentum. And that was the first of 4 3rd down conversions in that 3rd quarter. And had he not done that, it's difficult to say what was going to happen because the Blue Ridge defense was coming out pretty stout, only allowed Sholo 3 plays. But
well, and we even heard Coach Maxwell for the Cougars basically say the same thing. He felt like if they could, knowing that Blue Ridge would be receiving that first kickoff to start the second half, if they could put a stop on Blue Ridge like they had been doing leading up to that first half going into the locker room, I think he felt pretty confident about his team, and rightly so. But for Blue Ridge to answer with that big, long drive and put points up on the board, and really it did change the tone of the entire second half. Blue Ridge pretty much dominated the entire second half.
Blue Ridge gets that 23-12 win, and now 4-4 on the year, as it leads us to the Deemer's glass-shattering hit of the game. Need glass for your home or business? Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call. Quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass. Call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Well, in games like this, especially Blue Ridge and Sholo, you're always these are hard-fought battles, and it's always tough to pick out one. But I think that one of the more impressive hits, and it was actually in that 4th quarter, number 54 for Sholo, Jack Baird, hitting Hoffmeyer right there, just lit him up. Of course, he had help down low as well, number 51 joining in on that tackle, Ridge Lee. But that initial hit by Baird on Hoffmeyer, and that was a critical play as well. You could hear it up here in the stands, and it gave that Cougar defense a little bit of something to cheer about for a second there. I mean, Blue Ridge ultimately ends up going down the field to score, but that was a big hit there for Baird.
So that's a Deemer's glass-shattering hit of the game. Again, call 1-888-GLASSMAN for any quality glass at affordable prices you may need. And that, incidentally, coming on a running play that did not feature Chase Esparza, who I don't want to ruin the lead here, but as far as our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game, it's hard to go away from somebody who carried the ball 47 times and was able to get unofficially 195 yards and 1 touchdown. What was the big secret to his success today?
Well, he's their go-to guy. We knew that coming in. He's been their top runner all season long, but 45 carries, I mean, that's crazy. And it's a matter of the coaches just reading the defense, the Sholo defense, and feeling confident in what they felt they could do offensively. London ends up getting Esparza scored their first touchdown. London ends up getting 2 of the 3 touchdowns for Blue Ridge tonight. But that running game, and it's nothing fancy. It's just good old-fashioned 3 yards in a cloud of dust for Blue Ridge, and they're perfectly content with that, especially when they have the lead, because they get those long drives. They can chew up the clock, but Esparza to carry 45 times, that's a lot for him. That's a lot for any Blue Ridge back, but that just tells you how much confidence they have in him.
Well, and it's not every day that you get to see within the game the importance of one player, because Esparza didn't get many looks in the second quarter, and that's when it looked like Sholo was really taking away all that momentum. Come back in the second half, not going to be the case anymore. I think he carried the ball almost 30 times in that second half. So he finishes with 27 and 47 and 195 yards to pace the Yellowjackets to now a 23-12 win, now 4-4 over the course of the year and 2-1 in region play. But Sholo at 2-5 and 1-2 was coming in this week, I believe, 17 in the power rankings. This was a pretty good performance for the Cougars. They got to be feeling pretty good going into the final few games of the season.
Well, I think Coach Maxwell saw some things tonight. McGinnis, I thought, did a really good job once he started getting comfortable in that pocket. Maybe, Blue Ridge's defense later, especially knowing that, there's passing downs and they're going to drop their guys in that deep cover 3. So it's kind of tough for any quarterback to find any kind of space deep downfield. But leading up before that, you could see McGinnis really getting in a groove, and when he has time to throw, he can find receivers. He's got a good arm. He threw some really good tight spirals on target tonight with just a few exceptions. So that's something certainly to feel good about. The running game for Sholo, it hasn't been a big part of their offense. We could see how they struggled a little bit tonight with that. So I think that's something for them to feel more confident about where they're moving from here. They're going to have to probably look at getting a little bit stronger with some sort of a running game just to give themselves more options with that, what clearly is a pretty reasonable passing game.
All right, well, last call here at Cougar Stadium. Blue Ridge beats the Cougars 23-12. As I've been Derek Palmer sitting in for Camden Smith, for Punt Cooley and Ron on the field. We thank you so much for joining us, as this has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school football on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk1067.com.
This has been an iTalk 106.7 Sports exclusive, presented by Sholo Ford. High school football is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Little Bluebird Studios, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Hudson's Furniture, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. This is a copyrighted broadcast. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or reuse of this program without the express written consent of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves is expressly prohibited. For more information about this game and others around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.